Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Fergit. Coulee Region motorcyclists united today to fight against a childhood autoimmune disease. Today was the 23rd annual Chad Erickson Memorial Thunder Ride for juvenile diabetes. The ride raises funds for families affected by the disease in the La Crosse area and spreads awareness about type 1 diabetes.
It affects a lot of families. It's a very expensive disease to battle, and we're here to give back any way we can for that. So we raise money and then donate it to the Gunderson Medical Foundation and Mayo Health Systems.
Around 200 bikers took part in today's ride. The ride ended at Schwertel Family Farms in Trempealeau this afternoon. There, participants could enjoy live music and food, as well as some raffles. Williams said they hope to raise $70,000 from today's ride. The Madeline Kingsbury Foundation hosted a fundraiser this afternoon. The nonprofit foundation works to educate and advocate against domestic violence. The funds collected will go to advocacy training and victim and community needs.
You know, it's important so that we keep staying loud for victims of domestic violence.
The Kingsbury Foundation plans to take their advocacy to schools so students can know how to stay in safe relationships. They also hope to raise awareness that it's okay to talk about domestic violence. Demonstrators organized on La Crosse's south side this afternoon for a Families First rally. The rally was part of a national effort to protest the Trump administration's cuts to programs like Medicaid and food stamps. The rally also served as a food drive for the Westby Food Pantry Bethel Boutique.
We've been experiencing a higher volume of people needing food, and with the recent cuts, we're experiencing lower intake. So we're running out of food.
Volunteers with the food pantry say items like butter and hamburger meat have been harder to come by recently. If you would like to help out, you can donate items directly to their pantry on Black River Avenue in Westby. An art fair in La Crosse benefited a good cause today. The La Crosse chapter of the American Association of University Women hosted its annual art fair on the green at Viterbo. The fair was free to attend, but donations will go to local scholarships and grants for women seeking higher education.
Education opens a lot of doors to people. To high schoolers we give scholarships to college students, and like I said, to older students returning.
Besides great artwork, the fair also included refreshments and food trucks, plus a raffle of the artist's work. The fair ran from 10 until 5 this evening.
Well, we definitely had a warm day out there today. Nobody actually got to that 90-degree line, but we got close and definitely felt warmer than that at most points throughout this afternoon. Your high today in La Crosse, 89, 88 in Eau Claire, but again, with that humidity tacked on, it felt closer into the mid-90s out there, and we're only going to continue to see hotter weather move in as we go throughout the rest of this weekend and even going into next week. But for tonight, it's a quiet night, not a whole lot of activity going on, at least in our region. It's going to stay clear. We could have some fog moving in a little bit later into the morning hours though, especially closer to around 6 a.m., mainly for folks near and south of I-90. A lot of that though shouldn't last too long. Maybe some areas of patchy fog for everybody else. Otherwise, just seeing that more dense fog again further to the south. La Crosse possibly seeing some morning fog up until about 6 in the morning. It's going to burn off pretty quickly though as temperatures rise into the upper 70s already by the late morning hours. 86 already in Eau Claire by around that noon hour. There is a heat advisory out from about noon tomorrow to 9 p.m. for areas north of I-94. Not seeing that heat advisory for areas to the south, not because it's going to be any cooler, but because the threshold is a little bit higher. So really, it's going to be hot for everybody tomorrow, unfortunately, but I'll break it all down a little bit.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. 11 people were injured in a stabbing incident at a Walmart in Traverse City, Michigan this afternoon. Authorities did confirm that a 42-year-old suspect has been taken into custody. Munson Healthcare said on social media that 11 people are being treated at the region's largest hospital in northern Michigan. 6 of the victims are in critical condition. President Trump is golfing in Scotland this weekend as part of a 5-day working visit. He'll hold trade talks tomorrow with the chief of the European Union. Protesters in Scotland greeted Trump. It comes after Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche met with convicted Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell for a second day of questioning. Some have wondered whether Trump will consider pardoning her.
This is just not a time to be talking about pardons. Todd will come back with whatever he's got. You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing.
The Justice Department has not indicated when they will share information related to their 2-day interview with Maxwell, noting only that they will share the information at a, quote, appropriate time. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says about 100 people previously detained at the Florida detention center known as Alligator Alcatraz have been deported. This, as a CBS poll out this week, finds a majority of Americans are opposed to the way the Trump administration is using detention centers. CBS News' Nicole Killian reports on bipartisan efforts to fix the problem.
Leave them alone! Scenes like these of immigration enforcement operations around the country.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Make Kelly concerned about her family's safety.
If my husband, were caught up in, say, a work raid or just a, neighborhood ICE action, we would leave the country.
She only wanted to give us her first name because she is married to an undocumented immigrant.
Dignity is not amnesty.
She joined a bipartisan group of lawmakers on Capitol Hill as they reintroduced the Dignity Act to allow certain undocumented immigrants a chance to earn legal status. It's sponsored by Florida Republican Maria Salazar and Texas Democrat Veronica Escobar.
This is the moment to start the national conversation as to what are we going to do with 10 million plus people who do not have a criminal record, have been here for decades, and they are helping construction, hospitality, and agricultural.
Our country needs immigrants. We recognize that folks want strong border security and they want a measured approach, and that's what this bill does.
The measure would establish a dignity program to grant legal status on a renewable basis to undocumented immigrants who have lived in the United States for at least 5 years. In turn, they'd have to pass a criminal background check, pay back taxes, and submit $7,000 in restitution. But they would not be eligible for federal benefits or entitlements.
What would legal status mean for your loved one?
Legal status would mean freedom for us. We love this country.
The bill would also make upgrades at the border, cut visa backlogs, and reform the asylum process. About 20 Republicans and Democrats have signed on to the legislation and hope that it can get a vote in this Congress. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Still to come, the new school year is right around the corner, and some are getting a jump on school supply shopping as concern grows about rising prices.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like these Clorox wipes, $4.99 for rewards members. 1-pound bags of Dot's pretzels, $5.99. And select name brand tires, rewards members can buy 3, get 1 free, and get an extra $20 instant savings. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
The government is announcing a recall of some above-ground pools because of a drowning hazard. The recalled pools from Bestway, Intex, and Polygroup are 48 inches and taller. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says straps that wrap around the outside of supporting poles may create a foothold, allowing children to get in even without a ladder or steps. The agency says it believes 9 children have drowned this way in the pools since 2007. If you can believe it, back to school season is upon us. CBS's Ali Bauman is in New York tonight with more on the rush to buy school supplies amid rising prices.
A little bit more than I expected, but what can you do?
Frank Hernandez is prepared to go over budget.
What about that one?
On his daughter's backpacks and notebooks this year.
Everything has gone up. I look at it like I just got to work harder.
He hopes the early bird gets the better deal.
No?
Do you normally do back-to-school shopping in July?
No, but they usually have the best deals at that time.
A survey by the National Retail Federation found 67% of back-to-school shoppers started buying supplies, clothes, and electronics the first week of July, up from 55% last year. More than half are concerned about looming tariffs and inflation that ticked up in June. 3/4 are expecting higher prices.
Most consumers who say they're shopping early say it's because they're worried that prices will be more expensive later on in the year.
Catherine Cullen with the National Retail Federation.
And they're trying to behave rationally when at times there's just a lot of unknowns happening.
Walmart says they're able to keep prices similar to last year because they bought and shipped a majority of inventory in bulk ahead of tariffs. Shoppers say hitting the stores early allows them to compare prices.
We're shopping where we can afford. At this point, I have to focus on what the prices actually are and make sure that I plan and budget accordingly.
And Target also says its back-to-school prices are, for the most part, the same as last year. But in a sign of the times, the retailer is ending its 12-year-old policy and will no longer match prices to identical products sold by Amazon or Walmart. That starts Monday. Ali Bauman, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, for years we've all been told to aim for 10,000 daily steps, but a new study is finding that a lower number might work just as well.
And we have a very hot and humid stretch of weather ahead of us. But after that, the end is in sight. Much cooler weather is on the way as we look towards next week. I'll have the details coming up right after the break.
Summer style starts here. Refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. It's the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale going on now.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. My sports at the Homeland Field.
How about you two?
Mud bath.
Get 0 down, 0% financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on F-150 or lease F-150 for $499 a month with 0 down. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Save big at Hy-Vee Friday through Sunday. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.88 a pound. 8-ounce New York strips, just $7.99. Van Camp's pork and beans, just 69 cents. Get special savings on General Mills cereal, just $2 each when you buy 3. And whole seedless watermelon, just $3.97. Plus, you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save both in-store and online. Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
News 8, the Salvation Army and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank.
Summer style starts here. Refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. It's the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale going on now.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
An overlooked diet food is making a surprising comeback. Cottage cheese sales are up 20% in the U.S. compared to a year ago, according to the market research firm Circana. The increase is being attributed to influencers who've created new recipes with cottage cheese and posted them on social media, apps like TikTok as well. Some brands like Organic Valley have reported spot shortages. The turnaround comes as Americans are increasingly looking for high-protein, low-sugar foods. When it comes to tracking steps to stay fit, a new study shows 10,000 may not be the magic number after all. New research finds just 7,000 steps could be the sweet spot for better health. An international study looked at data for more than 160,000 adults. Those with step counts of 7,000 a day versus 2,000 reduced their risk of many health conditions, including dementia, cardiovascular disease, depression, type 2 diabetes, and cancer.
People who did 2,000 steps a day, which is a really low number, compared to 7,000 steps a day, the mortality risk was nearly halved in those who were more active at 7,000 steps a day.
Jeffries added that progress may count more than perfection because researchers found even smaller strides can deliver big benefits. The study discovered that even modest step counts, around 4,000 steps a day, are linked to better health. And if you're someone who likes to get their steps in outside, this news couldn't come at a better time because we are in the midst of a bit of a heat wave right now. Let's send it over to Nicole to see how long it will be before we can enjoy the outdoors again.
Yeah, I'm excited to be the bringer of good news eventually. That's not going to quite come for at least 2 days, but after that, it looks like my time is coming because by the middle of this upcoming week, temperatures are going to be much more comfortable for, I bet, all of us out there as highs dip back below average. But until then, we still have to get through tomorrow and Monday as well. Tomorrow's highs, for the most part, getting into the low 90s. Some of us may be topping out in the upper 80s. 91 for your high in La Crosse, 90 in Eau Claire. Just a tad bit warmer than we were today, but it's going to be more humid as well, so that'll make the heat index a little bit higher than we were today. Today, we topped out, for the most part, in the mid-90s across the board for what it actually felt like in the afternoon, but already once we get to the noon hour tomorrow, already feeling like about 90 degrees out there, and then by the time we get into the later afternoon for the warmest part of the day, feeling like we're in the mid to upper 90s outside, especially for areas closer to I-94, getting a little bit warmer, possibly getting close to that triple-digit line. Overall, though, everybody is definitely going to be feeling the heat tomorrow. And then after that, we have a chance for some possible thunderstorms moving through as we go into Sunday night. Some of those could last into the early morning hours for Monday morning as well. So let's track it out. This will be a fairly quickly moving system, but that really doesn't decrease the severity threat at all. There's still going to be the chance for some severe weather. As you can see, heavy rainfall will be possible within these thunderstorms, along with the chance for some gustier winds. Those are really the two main threats. With those heavy winds, of course, we could see some localized flooding, and of course, this is happening in the overnight period. So still wanting to stay vigilant, even though most of us are going to be asleep, still the possibility for some gustier winds to be along with these. Getting to Eau Claire sometime closer to the midnight hour, if not a few hours afterwards, and then it's, again, moving very quickly, so most of the worst part of that system should be out of the area by the time most of us are waking up, but we could still see some lingering showers and thunderstorms, mainly near and south of I-90 as we go into the very early hours of Monday morning. After that, though, all of the clouds with that system move out, and we're left with a very sunny afternoon for Monday. That'll lead to yet another day of very warm temperatures, possibly even a little bit warmer than Sunday for some of us. 94 for your Monday high in La Crosse, 90 in Eau Claire. Again, very sunny out there, so not a lot of relief to be found within the forecast for Sunday or Monday as far as temperatures go. Feels like temperatures very early on Monday morning, starting out for what feels like in the mid-70s at the coolest point in the day, even as as we get into the later morning hours, already feeling into the upper 80s. And then again, going into the afternoon, the hottest part of the day, definitely seeing some warmer conditions off to our south where the dew points are getting a little bit higher. That's where folks could be seeing feels like temperatures climbing into the triple digits. Otherwise, everybody at least feeling more into the mid 90s out there for your Monday. But after that, look at that drop off. We'll have another chance for some thunderstorms passing through Monday night as well. Some of those could continue on into Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon, but really look at the temperatures back to near average for Tuesday, and then even the chance to dip below 70 degrees for some of us some of these days.
Wow.
So really looking forward to it.
Yeah, those are the days that you want to get out and get your 10,000 steps. The other days you can do that 4,000.
Do it on the treadmill or just have a couple lazy days. Yeah,
for sure. All right, thank you, Nicole. And coming up next in sports, big news from Viking training camp as they extend a big-time player, plus a spot at Legion State on the line over in Minnesota. See if La Crescent can get a win. Kate is in next with sports.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
Is your relationship suffering from nagging bed aches? The all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Can you feel the support? That's the Precision Fit coils. They flex to your body, supporting you where you need it most. Stop stressing, start sleeping with Slumberland's 365-night sleep guarantee.
When we say we're stuffing you like a sausage, we mean it.
Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive.
We buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year.
We ship nationwide every week. We buy vehicles nationwide as well.
Here are a few examples of why we are the undisputed price leader.
Mach-E's from $30,000 off new MSRP. Lincoln's from $15,000 off new MSRP. Or how about late model Mustang convertibles from $16,995.
Get to the sunny side of 61.
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. Last a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealands is perfect for muddy feet
and
waterborne fights. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Is snoring keeping you awake at night? Try the Temper Ergo Smart Base. It provides a holistic sleep experience and has snore response technology.
It works.
What?
You're gonna buy me this smart base.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
The Legion baseball season is nearing its end, and this weekend we've got a lot of regional tournaments taking place as teams look to clinch a spot at Legion State. One of those teams is across the river in La Crescent as they were in the championship game earlier this afternoon. So let's go there. La Crescent post 595 taking on St. Charles Legion. La Crescent threatening in the first inning. Bases loaded for Cale Baker. He's going to line one back up the middle. That scores a run as La Crescent takes an early lead. Then a few batters later, Colin Fagan draws the walk. That means Mace Boyer's going to touch home. Post 595 goes up 2. Second inning, La Crescent with a few men on again, and this time Boyer bloops one out into left field. Another run scores. La Crescent rolling, and they weren't done. Fagan with runners in scoring position. He goes down the third baseline. 2 runs score. La Crescent up 6, and the defense was making plays. A line shot to right, but how about Leighton Johnson laying out for it and making the grab? La Crescent would go on to win 8-4 as they are going to Legion State. A few senior teams still alive in Wisconsin. The Onalaska 19U team will advance to the Class 2A state tournament, which will take place in New London starting August 1st. And in the senior Class A, Westby Coon Valley are the regional champions, but because they're hosting it next weekend, second place Viroqua will also get a spot at state. In the MLB, it's a big weekend for the Brewers as they look to hold on to their division lead before welcoming in the Cubs for a 3-game series starting on Monday. So let's go to American Family Field. Brewers with a 1-game lead and a good start in this one. Caleb Durbin back up the middle. That base hit scores 1. Milwaukee jumps in front, but the Marlins would answer. Nobody on for Augustin Ramirez, and he's going deep over the fence and right. We're tied at 1. Later now tied at 2, and with a man on, Bryce Terang finds the gap out in center field. That's good for an RBI double. Brewers back in front, but things would go south from there as Heriberto Hernandez would blast a 3-run home run to put Miami on top, and they would add a few more as the Brewers fall in this one 7-4 the final. Over in Chicago, the Cubs picked up a 6-1 win over the White Sox, so that means we are back to a tie for the division lead. Both teams with one more game tomorrow before they face off for a 3-game series in Milwaukee starting Monday. Minnesota at home against the Nationals, down 2 in the 5th, and with the bases loaded, Washington's C.J. Abrams goes down the line and right, and it's trouble. Into the corner it goes. 3 runs coming to score. Nationals go up 5. Minnesota trying to make a comeback, down 4. And with a runner on, Ty France finds the gap out in the left. That's to the wall. Royce Lewis comes to score from first. Twins down just 3, but that's as close as they would get. Nationals, they would add a few more as they would get the win 9-3 the final. Northwoods League, Loggers with their 2nd straight doubleheader dropped the first game this evening, but currently up big over Duluth in game 2, and the Steam also with a doubleheader in Madison. They dropped the first game, but picking up a 7-6 win in game 2, handing the Nightmares just their 6th loss of the season. In the NFL, big news coming out of Vikings training camp as safety and defensive captain Josh Metellus has signed a 3-year, $36 million contract extension that ensures he will spend the bulk of his career with the team that made him a 6th-round draft choice in 2020. The 27-year-old has been a key part of the defense, playing in all 34 games over the last 2 regular seasons, including 27 starts. Metellus said after practice today, quote, "I love it here. I wanted to be here. This is home," unquote. Wisconsin Badgers starting training camp up next week. Big Ten Media Days just wrapped up from Las Vegas. Luke Fickell entering his 3rd year as head coach of the Badgers, and he knows that the past 2 seasons haven't gone the way Badger fans or the team would have hoped. But he's not shying away from that. He's embracing it and looking forward to getting the Badgers back on track.
That's not the standard. That's not the expectation by any ways. I was not brought here thinking that that's in any way what it is that we expect at the University of Wisconsin. But I'm not here to dwell upon last year either. But what last year does do is it gives us an opportunity to be able to self-reflect. It gives us an opportunity to recognize things that we need to continue to be able to change.
But it's not going to be easy for them this year. They've got a gauntlet of a Big Ten schedule, opening the season at home against Maryland in the Big Ten, then on the road in Michigan, at home against Iowa, Ohio State, and then in Oregon. So it's going to be tough, but hopefully you can get them back on track.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's not been a great few years, so definitely want to see some more wins.
There's time for change. All right, we'll have more news after the break.
It's the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Get up to an extra 50% off regular prices or pay no interest until 2030 on the best selection of porch and patio in the Midwest. Right now during the patio closeout sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like select tires, rewards members can buy 3, get 1 free, and get an extra $20 instant savings. 15% off select brakes, steering, and suspension parts. And save $50 on these Real Truck roll-up truck bed covers. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Drive your story with a new Ram. Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends July 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
After high school, I joined Eagle Crest Communities. I did not know what I wanted to do for a career, and I really found a passion for working with our senior population. They care about me just as much as I care about them. Being able to be a part of their day is a really special thing for me, and it's given me a purpose in life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
News 8, the Salvation Army and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank.
Looking for the perfect rug? How about two? Buy one rug at sale price and get another one free. Find your perfect rug match when you choose from 30 different patterns, sizes, and shapes. Our rug experts in every showroom are ready to help. BOGO Rugs, going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
One of Wisconsin's signature air shows wraps up tomorrow, and one volunteer with a uniquely recognizable name is making the most out of this year's show.
It is the Mecca of aviation.
Some call it Mecca.
This is the one place to come and see everything.
Some call it the Disneyland of aviation.
And put Donald and Daisy in the cockpit.
A nickname that takes on a whole new meaning.
A lot of people don't believe me. I have to show my driver's license many a time.
For this seasoned volunteer.
Well, my first name is Donald, and my last name is Duck.
Donald Duck has been volunteering at AirVenture since 1982.
Seeing the old people once a year, kind of like a reunion deal.
And he's been a fan of airplanes.
It gets in your blood and you just can't get it out.
Long before that.
I had the aviation bug when I was probably 8 or 10 years old.
He's one of the maintenance support volunteers.
We have a group of 88 volunteers from all over the United States.
It's an annual get-together.
We're like a family.
And one that Donald...
It's going to be hard to give it up.
...never takes for granted.
I'm 89 now, and I don't know if when I hit 90 if I'll make it or not, but it's 1 year at a time. So this is something the guy up above is going to tell us.
And Nicole will have a final check on your forecast when we return.
Summer style starts here. Refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. It's the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale going on now.
Hey, Dominic here. We always get asked, what do you have for ground pork? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these four: Bavarian sausage, breakfast sausage, Italian, and pork. First, you need ground pork, preferably from a local meat shop. Mix in 2 to 3 teaspoons of Please Name per pound, make into patties, and cook thoroughly until done. All 4 of these choices will make great tasting sausage patties, and they're low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And it's time to pig out.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain. It just hurts all the time. It feels like your foot is squeezing on itself. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet that were personally fitted just for me. Then it was like, okay, this is something special. These make a difference.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
News 8, the Salvation Army and the YMCA are helping the community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 8th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash, and we'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 8th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank.
Summer style starts here. Refresh your space for less at the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale. Save up to 50% on an entire room of beautiful new furniture. It's the King Furniture Hot Summer Sale going on now.
Well, we have a couple muggy days ahead of us, but you can see the big drop off in our humidity, especially once we get to about Tuesday and then Wednesday. It's actually going to feel, believe it or not, comfortable out there. We just have to get through the next 2 days, and those 2 days are, I feel like forever.
With football season coming around, we need the better
That's a really good point. With all this training camp starting, I cannot imagine doing all that work outside. All right, well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.